What's up, Giants fans? Back at it with another New York Giants video. And in this video, I want to talk about the two latest free agent additions for Big Blue: one outsider, a newcomer, and one returner. First, let's get to the newcomer. Giants agree to terms with offensive tackle Stone Forsythe, formerly of the Seattle Seahawks, a swing tackle spot starter for them over his first 4 years in the NFL. This man is huge. He has a sick frame, 6'8", 307, just 27 years old, long arms. He's got a really long wingspan. 53 career games with 14 starts, 11 of those at right tackle, 3 at left tackle, and 4 seasons with Seattle. He was a sixth-round pick by them back in 2021 out of Florida. This past season, he spent some time on IR with a hand injury, but he did have 5 starts at right tackle. He returned for the final 3 weeks of the season, so he played 9 total games, 414 offensive snaps. He committed 3 penalties, folks, 2 sacks, and allowed 35 pressures. The year prior in 2023 had a career-high 8 starts with 5 at right tackle, 3 at left, so he has some versatility to his game. 2022 mainly a reserve with 17 games and 1 start, and then in 2021 appeared in 10 games. In Florida, he showed some positional versatility there as well, playing some guard, playing some tackle. He started all 12 games at left tackle in 2020, protected the blind side of Kyle Trask. One thing to note about this guy, 0 holding penalties, and in his entire career, he is not a heavily penalized guy. Just 4 false starts as well. So figure that's on average 1 false start per season. As far as the move, I think this adds a lot of depth. We know this is the second offensive lineman the Giants have added over the last 3 days. They signed James Hudson on Monday. We figured that might be the swing tackle guy. Maybe he'll play some guard. I'm not so sure. But the Giants have signed 2 reserve offensive linemen via free agency. That means I think Josh Azudu's job is in some trouble. Evan Neal is likely to move into guard for 2025. So, yeah, I think right now with the offensive line, it's looking pretty okay. And I'm a little bit more confident in the depth of this unit. Andrew Thomas, John Runyon, John Michael Schmitz, and Jermaine Illuminar are 4 pendant starters, obviously. And then you got the right guard position. I think Evan Neal will be competing with a rookie. Ultimately, the Giants were obviously in on trying to get Will Fries, but he wound up signing with the Minnesota Vikings on a massive contract. So I think it'll be interesting. And for backups right now, you have Stone Forsythe, James Hudson III, Jay Kubis, the UDFA from last year out of North Dakota State, and then you have Josh Azudu as well, who's returning for his 4th NFL season. So definitely interested to see how this move pans out for Big Blue. I'm also hearing, too, this was reported via Ryan Fowler, that the Giants are expected to host Purdue offensive lineman Marcus Bowe for a top 30 visit, one of the premier linemen in this year's class. So I think the Giants are just looking for versatile guys, whether it be free agency or the draft. So I think Stone Forsythe is a good addition. Last year's swing tackle situation was a mess. Chris Hubbard was awful. That did not work. Josh Azudu was bad as well. So definitely happy with these 2 new free agent additions. In other news, the Giants re-signed return specialist Ihmir Smith-Marsette, signed by the Giants in Week 2 last year. If you remember, they had Gunnar Olszewski in 2023, who initially made the 53-man roster. Then they had to place him on IR. They kind of played it by year, and he wound up missing the entire season. I thought Olszewski had a good 2023, but what have you done for me lately is the league that you're in. The NFL is not for long, so Ihmir Smith-Marsette played well enough in 2024 to surpass Olszewski as far as the Giants' primary returner. He had a 100-yard touchdown on a kickoff back in Week 17 against the Colts. He wound up winning NFC Special Teams Player of the Week that week. He accounted for all but one of Giants' 30 punt returns in 2024, totaling 228 yards, averaging just under 8 per return with a long of 25 yards. He also had 381 kick return yards, and that's where his touchdown did come in the kick return game. And played in 15 games. And he's a local guy, Newark, New Jersey. So went to high school about 15 miles away from MetLife. So definitely, I'm sure he gave the Giants a little hometown discount. Journeyman in the league, still just 25 years old, 5th-round pick by the Vikings back in 2021. He spent his rookie year there, then played with the Bears and the Chiefs in 2022, Panthers in 2023, and then last year with the Giants. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the Giants and their return game, but it's safe to say Smith-Marsette will be the guy in 2025 as well. We'll see if they bring back Olszewski too for some competition, or Eric Gray. I don't know what they're going to do, but Smith-Marsette is definitely the best returner that the Giants have now on their roster, and I'm happy he's back. Certainly happy he's back. And then rumors, of course, folks, about Russell Wilson visiting with the Giants on Friday, following a visit with the Cleveland Browns on Thursday. So that's all I've got for this video. If you're new to the channel, or if you've been watching and haven't done so yet, please remember to subscribe if you like our content here at Big Blue Avenue on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. We will be talking about all the breaking news, the free agency acquisitions and transactions throughout the course of the offseason. We'll talk about some NFL draft buzz. We'll do some prospect evaluations coming up as well, and continue to dive into each free agency signing, especially when the Giants do wind up signing that quarterback, whenever it may be. Smash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. I want to hear what you think about these two additions. And without further ado, let's go Big Blue.